Nkechi, you had come to the issue of environment.
Yes. I actually wanted to find out from him that with the emphasis on environment now globally, and with Lagos seemingly unable to deal with the issue of refuse disposal or refuse management, how do you think
Pure water.
How do you think we can even
Pure water.
achieve? Believe you me, and this is being very generous. Right now, I don't believe we're up to 5% management level of our refuse. I truly don't. So how do we even manage to reach 20%?
Apart from refuse and everything, what about, Lagos has no parks. One of my daughters, the only reason she condemns Lagos, she doesn't have a park to go to. That's a child asking for a park. There are no, we cut the trees with impunity. There's the greening of Lagos. Those canals. And look, Lagos is surrounded by water. Lagos should be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful city.
So, Honorable Commissioner, please.
Yes, the first one is that I don't agree with you on the refuse situation now. It has improved substantially beyond that. At least I can say, if I want to be conservative, I say 50%, because we don't have the kind of...
Did you say 15 or 50?
50. You don't have the kind of multi-story refuse stories all over the place.
But how are we managing
Yes, that's what I want to tell you. We are
Pass by that Oregon.
Yes, you see, that's a dump site. Oregon is a dump site. We're going to... You see, there are two aspects of it. There is waste disposal system. There is waste treatment system. There are two different concepts. Where we are right now, we have a situation where we have dump sites. Now, what we want to have now, which we have even started, is a waste to waste management system. And right now, as I'm talking to you, through the air care, we've started. Only the capacity is up to 1,500 tons per day. But apart from that, now we are establishing another one in Ikorodu and Ekwena. And beyond that, we are also institutionalizing another big one that will convert it not only to fertilizer this time around, use it for power generation, use it for even conversion, generation of water, and a lot of other things like that. That one, of course, in the next 2 years will come on board. But the other ones are already on board, like the Korodu one that I told you about. And even the one that only shows you that is physically seen by a lot of people is already in the process of conversion. And I am sure that by January now, you will see a lot of construction going on over it. So that is for that one. But in terms of collection, that is where the issue is. And we have introduced in the last administration a PSP program, which we are going to strengthen now. Because what we have right now is that most of the trucks that we find right now are as good as the refuse themselves.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you said one actually blew in one day like that. I wanted to enjoy the fresh air. No AC.
And you push it.
The thing just
So what we're trying to do now is to assist them, facilitate credit for them, to change it into good compactors, so that you won't even see the refuse outside. Even now, we are worried also, because most of them, what they do is even waste disperser. So we know all these problems also, and we are already addressing all those ones. We put in more. For example, we've ordered a lot of compactors now. We know that they will not come in up till about March, but in the interim, we are even doing some abridgment by getting some serviceable one immediately to address the problem, because we can't start waiting for the next 6 or 5 months before the new ones coming. So we are addressing that one equally on that. And of course, you must have observed that we are putting a lot of bins outside that even if we must carry out, put it in those we come and lift it ourselves. That we are equally addressing. Now, on the question of parks, we have some few parks, but we do. Alausa, for example, you find a good park that is overused there. We have one in it.
Alausa Park.
Yes, we have another one. We have another one in Ikoina. No, that's what I'm...
Government park.
It's a government park now. It's a government park. That's number one. But the blueprint says that right now, as I'm talking to you, our own is that by next year, year 2001, we want to have at least one major park in each local government. At least one per local government. We recognize that deficiency also, and we are already planning for it. And we will deliver, I can assure you, by December 2008, I will put one very close to it. Yes.
You say it again, loud. By December 2008. 2008.
You have more parks all over.
Really?
You have more. You didn't. You less qualified. Did you say you have more parks, or you have one?
At least one in each local government. You see, the major problem we've been having, even right now, we have been able to deliver some before December, but the major challenge is that of land. You ask these people, give us land. Let's have land no land.
How can
But we won't
government
have
say
choice.
give us
There is a
land?
problem
Is it
because
not
there is
government
none.
that owns
The
the
whole area is
It's
fully built up.
Everywhere is built
You
up.
need a large expanse of land for a good park. It's not something that you just.
Can't you see people
must-
breaking their boys' quarters and building duplexes in it?
Yes, it's true.
Two duplex in one.
The major
boys'
challenge, that's the major challenge we are having right now. But we believe that if we have to acquire some property and pay
Yeah.
compensation, we might have to do it ultimately in order to give
How's
this.
about compelling people when they're building their homes that it must be green?
That is
For example, this one's I'm telling you, I have many examples like that. You see, the house is on the wall of the house.
Yes.
This is the wall. This is the house. And then 3 or 4 duplexes. And then the main house is here.
Yes.
And
You see, we have reintroduced the environmental sanitation health officer schemes now. In fact, people living in Kejari will tell you that they've been witnessing it a lot now. They go from house to house now. It's compulsory.
to do what?
To ensure that you are environmentally compliant. Let me put it that way, because they check a lot of things.
See, they are not like those ones that come
Is it
to
the ones
collect
they call-
tax and collect yours, give yours, settle me. 1,000.
If you settle today, you settle tomorrow, you get fed up too, and you won't want to settle again. You rather do what you ought to do than be settling and settling.
Correct.
That's it. Now, beyond that, also, under the environmental sanitation law, 300 meters across your house is your responsibility to take care of. We expect you to not only deseed your drain, you must beautify your front. You must plant ornamental flowers. It's compulsory now. In fact, for those in a Tiosa local government and in Kejana house, most of them will tell you now, pass through our Secretariat Road or pass through Orego, all those ones now, all the factory or the houses there now, they will tell you, you will see a lot of planting even going on because it's compulsory. We serve your abatement notice, you don't do it, the next thing we get another from the court, we shut down the place. So we mean that, and we are going to go ahead with it aggressively, that everybody must do that. You must green your frontage and your perimeter fence, not only your frontage, the entire perimeter fence. Once it's free, you must green it. So it's compulsory now. So we believe that if all out are on deck like this, by next year ending, we must begin to see an environmental friendly.
Let me ask you this, my brother.
Yeah.
What is the holistic plan
For Lagos.
for
Well,
Lagos?
well, we have an holistic plan. Like it's essentially the governor said recently on a tour of the local government that apart from the state doing its own electrification of the highways, each local government has been mandated now to take on at least 3 streets. And like I said, if you multiply 3 streets, 3 in 57, in a year, a minimum, you have over 171 streets well lit.
Yeah.
If you multiply that by 4,
4 years.
yes, you are getting almost 600 or something,
Exactly.
getting closer to 1,000. And when we have over about 1,000 like that, and it's continuous, and that's quite distinct from the one the state will be doing directly, it's mandatory for those local governments. So at the end of the day, you have this. But the major challenge also is the electric power supply itself.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the major challenge that we have, but we're trying to experiment with the solar power street lights all over now. If that works, then we have to start going towards that direction to lit up the entire state.
Okay.